Good morning, great morning, wonderful morning, spectacular morning, outstanding morning, magnificent morning. Yes, again, as the beginning of every one of the calls. Oh, I said that wrong. As in the beginning of every one of these calls, the reminder of choice that we all have. You have a choice, I have a choice, we always have a choice. And what does that choice consist of? It consists of choosing our thoughts. Remember, you can think what you please. If to think is to form, you can form what you please. Right there is where you can take control of what's happening in your life, where you can determine what the new experiences shall be like, simply by shifting how you're thinking inside. And that's what we share with you here at Elevitality. And we're hoping that you grab onto what we're talking about and, most importantly, use it in your life. There's been so much happening in the world, and it's so easy to get emotionally connected to all of that. Well, don't let that happen. Control the inner narrative. And then from there, things will shift for you. You'll no longer be a victim to the tyranny of second causes. You'll be a master of your life. Now, before we proceed and move further on this, we have a reminder for you about the call that's happening on the 31st. It's called Emergence, and we're going to be tying into how to shift your life and how to think rightly so that you can deliver the results that you would love to live. So make sure that you register for that if you haven't done so. And then also as well, make sure that you have this copy of this book as well in your library. Get this specific copy because this is what we've been studying. It's called The Science of Getting Rich. And keep in mind that there is a science to getting rich. There's a science to success. There's a science to living your life in a big, beautiful way. And it, again, all starts with how you're thinking. So make sure you have a copy of this. Make sure you do read it. Make sure you do study it. But most importantly, make sure that you apply it, because that is the name of the game. If you don't apply information that you receive, it's not going to deliver any change in your life. And that, unfortunately, is a habit that the overwhelming majority of us have. We have this habit of collecting information, collecting, gathering information. It's not used. And then there's confusion, frustration. Why? Because the knowledge that we have doesn't match the result. Well, you can trace it down to you not using the information if that's the situation that you're in. So apply this and use it as if your life depends on it. You know why? Because it does. All right, so let's dive into this, shall we? Let's go into where we are in this beautiful gem, The Science of Getting Rich. And so I'm going to go ahead and switch the screen. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's go for it. Here we go. All right, so we're on chapter 7. And this chapter is about gratitude. Now, this one chapter alone, if this is the only thing that you use, will deliver a tremendous amount of peace in your life. It's gratitude that keeps you connected to the source. It's gratitude that, when used, works 100% of the time when it's used. So, for instance, if you find yourself in a negative state of any kind, if you're not feeling good for some reason, which is all based from the meaning that you're giving it, one of the best remedies to lead you out of it is the use of gratitude. So let's go through this and connect with the message here. The illustrations given in the last chapter will have conveyed to the reader the fact that the first step towards getting rich is to convey the idea of your wants to the formless substance, to imagine it, to connect with it, to hold it. Now, this is true, and you will see that in order to do so, it becomes necessary to relate yourself to the formless intelligence in a harmonious way. Now, harmony, that's where it's at. Now, with that being said, the thing I want to point out is he's speaking about getting onto the right frequency, getting into that vibratory state. Remember, attraction automatically happens. So does repulsion. But attraction, repulsion is dependent upon a secondary law, and that secondary law is vibration. It's feeling. So what is he saying here? He's saying it's necessary to relate yourself to that formless intelligence, which is the all, which is in all and overall and all in a harmonious way. So type in the comments, like attracts like. It's a very important thing, okay? Like attracts like. Now, to secure this harmonious relation is a matter of such primary and vital importance that I shall give some space to its discussion here and give you instructions which, if you follow them, notice there's a contingency here, will be certain to bring you in perfect unity of mind with God, the universe, with Source. Now, what I want to emphasize is what's right here, is that it is a matter of such primary and vital importance that you actually engage with this. Now, the whole process of mental adjustment and atonement can be summed up in one word: gratitude. Put a big box around this section here. Now let's talk about atonement. It's a weird word if you've never seen it before, but let's dissect it. At one meant becoming one with God. And that a mental adjustment is required to become at one with God, with the universe, with Source. Again, whatever you believe, it's the same. So how do we become one with Source, and how do we tune into that? Well, he goes further here. First, you believe that there is one intelligent substance from which all things proceed. Second, you believe that this substance gives you everything you desire. And third, you relate yourself to it by feeling a deep and profounding gratitude. Now, notice that there's 3 steps there, 3 elements that are necessary for this. So let's go over this again. But before we go over this, remember, this has everything to do with you delivering the results that you seek. Think of it in terms of whatever this goal card is for you, whatever is written on here, the idea, the image. With the goal cards that we provide, you know, there's a statement that's at the beginning: I am so happy and grateful now that. Now, again, what is it that gratitude does? It keeps you connected with the Source. So again, he points out, first, believe that there is one intelligent substance from which all things proceed. Now, let's just sit in that for a moment. There's one intelligent substance from which all things proceed. Consent to it. Believe it. Second, you believe that this substance, which is there, gives you everything you desire. Give you everything I desire. And third, relate yourself to it by feeling a deep and profound gratitude. So it's there. It's what everything moves from. It wants me to have all that I desire, and on top of that, have gratitude for it. Now let's just pause in that for a moment. And now I need to say something else too, by the way, for those of you who are watching this live stream and who'd love to tap into the remainder of this call. to access the replays, do yourself a favor and go to elevitality.com and register for Master Your Mind. You'll thank yourself later. So now let's go back into this. Here we go.